Streaming. Okay, I think we're live. Hey guys.
It ain't September.
Oh.
September 6th.
I didn't edit the show, so let me just see what is today.
No, it's the 7th.
Monday. What should I call this? Red. Yeah, I think we're still live.
You could put Monday Rage.
And then, oh, that's the title. Oh, okay. Oh shit, no, this is drinking. My bad. And then any more?
No. I have all my links in my show notes and on the main page now. So if people want to find me on Twitter, there's the logo. They'll find it if they want to.
Okay, I think we are. Good morning, honeybee. Am I the only one? Electronic doctor, I think you're the only one. Two. She says she looks pretty. Hey, turn this way. Oh, you know what? We're getting a delay. Wait, this is a delay, so let me just, I'm going to turn to this one. Just go to YouTube. Just wait for a few people.
Okay.
Surprise live, guys. Surprise live. People are like, you didn't let us know. Just go to my channel. But there's still going to be a little bit of a delay, so.
So talk slow?
No, I mean, it's. See, look. Just go to my channel. But there's still going to be a little bit of a delay, so.
So talk slow?
That's how. I mean, so usually just what I do is just turn this down. And then just kind of
read the comments?
Just read the comments and type in live stream. That way it's better. Or I just, maybe I read the comments from here, but we're like a few seconds behind. Hey, good morning, honeybee. It is Nostalgia Guy, Electronic Doctor, Theodore, Rich. Honeybee. All right, took a few more minutes. Mm-hmm. So look who stopped in. You guys recognize who this is? Could you?
Do you want me to scoot in close?
All
right, here we go.
Let's go. How we are.
Yeah, good thing I brushed my teeth. I knew I was going to be I
brushed my teeth too. What a coincidence. Okay. Anyway,
hi, Nia.
Red Pill Rage brought me here.
Oh, she's okay. I got a 5%er in the chat.
Nia and the gold.
Hey, Jinsey. Yeah, he's one of my 5%ers.
Greetings from Temple City. Temple City! I used to work in Temple City. 80s Nostalgia Guy. I used to work at this, I used to be a teacher at this Chinese prep school. What was the name of it? I can't think of the name of the school. It was in Temple City, though.
We got Sarah in the house. Sarah Marie. She's one of my girls.
Hey, Sarah. What's going on? Dude, my phone just went off. I didn't touch it. It's trying to... You think your phone's listening?
I'm turning mine off.
Oh,
this is top secret information.
Hello from Bakersfield.
What's up, CA?
What's up? So I guess we can just talk about where did you go yesterday? We're going to talk a little bit and then we'll take some calls if you guys want to call and talk too. We so you went to the Walk Away rally? Right?
Yeah, on Sunday. On Sunday. That was it was fun, but it was disappointing. It was a little intense. I have all the I have quite a bit of footage, and then Brandon, as you know on Twitter, Karlin Boshenko, they've all put out their footage of what happened from their perspectives. We still don't know if the security guard has been released from from jail. We're hoping that they're not doing some bullshit where they're trying to like hold him until tomorrow because today's a holiday. Or
I'm gonna have you move over a little more.
Okay,
just so I'm just trying to figure out.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah. It's a little bit awkward. Let's see. I think then you're gonna move over. You're a little bit behind. Yeah, there we go. It's like we're in the future. We're watching ourselves. So I'm kind of showing her how this works too in case she wants to do in the future. So. Anyway, okay, so they uploaded all their footage.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that Brandon and his crew have left already.
Brandon Straka.
Brandon
There are two
Straka.
Brandons. Brandon Tatum and Brandon Straka.
Oh yeah, I call him B Tatum. I don't call him Brandon.
Okay.
I call Brandon,
Okay,
and
okay.
I call B Tatum. B Tatum.
Okay. So Brandon Straka, though. Right?
Brandon Straka, yeah. So I think they had already left. I'm not sure if the guy is still in jail, but I did get a very interesting, kind of a miracle thing happen. Brandon's security guard texted me, and I don't know how the fuck he got my number. I don't know how Brandon's security guard got my number, but I'm glad he did. So they'll be keeping us. They'll keep me updated, and as soon as I can update everyone else as to what's going on with the Dallas Police Department, I will.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You know, where are all the Trump rioters? You know what I mean? We're the ones that are supposed to be the violent ones. And it's all just the other side. And you're saying that Black Lives Matter, and did Antifa show up too?
I mean, aren't they one and the same at this point? It feels that way. Yeah. But yeah, they were there with their red shirts and their black shirts and their masks and their signs and their bullhorns. And, you know, one of the most upsetting things is, and again, this is one of their war tactics. I should call it more of a manipulation tactic than a war tactic. Mm-hmm. They bring kids, you know, and then I don't know how many of these protesters are like 17, 16, you know, it's very confusing because even as a kind of a scrappy patriot myself, I had to hold myself back because it's like, I don't want to put my hands on these kids. And this is part of the fucking manipulation tactic is sending in kids or people bringing small children, and then stuff pops off, and then, you know, the Trump supporters look like the big bad white racists. You know, regardless of how many Latinos were actually there. Yeah. You know, they don't seem, you know, blacks don't seem to care about the Latin opinion, you know.
Or the Asian opinion.
Or the Asian opinion, you know, it's just black, white, black, white. They see what they want to see. They say what they want to say. And then they do whatever it takes to get a photo op to make themselves look like the victims. Yeah. And the most funny part is that, like, every time we have problems with Black Lives Matter, as soon as they get dealt with, they run to the cops. And these are the same people talking about defunding the police. Right. And as soon as they get dealt with, they bitch out and they want the cops, you know? It's ridiculous. These people are insane. I don't know what we're going to do, Virstyne.
Did you make some good connections?
Oh, always, yeah. Always. I always meet wonderful patriots. There were other patriots there from California, so there was actually someone from San Francisco who came out to Dallas to support, you know, so I wasn't even the only Californian there, which was pretty cool. Met some wonderful Texans who took care of me. Shout out to my girl. I'm not going to say her name because I don't want to expose her. But yeah, she was a great hostess. You've been a great hostess. A couple of other girls showed up from the
She made breakfast for me, though. It was the bomb. I was like, she's going to come every day and just cook for me. That was the bomb. It was so good.
It's the least I can do.
Yeah, it was great. I'm not complaining. But go on. You were saying.
No, it's just... I just wish there had been more patriots, to be honest with you. I was vastly disappointed. I know it's hunting season. I know it's Sundays, but come on, guys. We're fighting for our country. There are people coming from all over to come be here in Dallas, and we had no cowboys. We had no patriots. I'm going to be honest with you. The turnout was lower than both of the turnouts in California, which was shocking to me. And we had no protection. And in addition to that, you know, the police department decided to play a media mind game after the protest when they got our security guard, not our, walkaway security guard, and put him in jail. And then Black Lives Matter decided instead of handling it at the park where all the patriots are, they're going to go take their attack to the jail where there were no patriots. And that is, I believe, what happened from the videos, just based on what the description of the videos and what Carlin and Brendan have said about what happened. The cops didn't help them. They were running for like a block, trying to get to the cops. These people were chasing them and attacking them. I had no idea this was going on. Otherwise, I would have stayed in Dallas and like been there. But
Wow.
this was all like, you know, maybe an hour and a half after the rally ended. So, I mean, I assumed they had gone back to their hotel rooms. I had no idea any of this had ensued, and I had no idea that because there was no media at the actual rally, but then all the media showed up at the police station because their guy got arrested, and then they tried to play the victim. And then the media, the Dallas media, which you guys need to handle, the Dallas media decided to, instead of coming to the rally, they would come to the jail just to prove what fucking victims black people are, you know, or Black Lives Matter is, you know, which we all know from the video was not what happened.
There's no cursing on here. I'm just kidding.
You know what? It would be good practice for me to stop.
Girl, I curse.
I know you struggle with it. I've watched you for a while.
But I mean, I use it to express my anger, my rage. I also can be articulate and very well spoken. I don't just curse, but it depends on what type of video I'm doing. I'm just messing with you I get people that call up and they're like, "Can I curse on here?" I'm like, "You know what channel you just called?"
Well, can we set an 18 and over like restriction on the video?
No, because parents need to be aware of like what their children watch. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think any kids watch your show? Do you get any like young kids?
Not that I know of. I've had a couple people say that their kids, they've let their kids watch, but then, I don't know, because there's cursing, I don't know if they stopped them from watching the show. I don't know. Are there any kids? If you're a kid, let me know. Put a 1. All the 12-year-olds. I mean, I doubt it. I don't know. They're probably not even, I don't know. Like, they're probably, I just can't really see 12, 13, 14-year-olds. A lot of them are really interested in this stuff, you know? They're like.
Maybe some, but
not too many,
a lot,
probably. Yeah.
You know, there are some kids that are interested in politics, you know. We always have Chandler Crump.
Yeah,
you know?
I was with a cute little boy. He's adorable.
He's so cute.
Yeah. So him, and then I've seen a couple other kiddos, but not a lot. Which, I mean, that's how they want it, right? They don't want children they want them to be distracted. That's how they can take over the country, because you know, everybody's mind is everywhere else. And like I said a lot, that I've had to go back and learn a lot of stuff that I never learned in school about our government and about our country. It's been embarrassing, you know? I'm like, oh shit, I should know this. Like, there are people that aren't American citizens that probably know more about our country.
Probably.
Because they're like studying to be a citizen,
Probably.
or they have to learn about stuff in schools or their school in order to come here and, you know, kind of thrive. Okay. You want to take some calls?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do we have any?
Yeah, no, I'm going to put the number in. So you guys want to call? Sorry, my allergies are... It's a little under control. Okay. 512-481-7464. 512-481-7464. Yes. I'm taking calls. Kamala is Hitler on steroid. I think Kamala, I was saying last night, right? I think Kamala is going to kill Joe Biden.
Yeah. She's going to poison him.
Yeah, they're poison him, or like rip out his heart and eat it. I can see her do some shit
Drink
like
his
that.
blood.
Yeah, like she's more graphic, not even like subtle. She's just going to be like, hello, who is this?
Hey.
Hey, what's... Hey. We were
just talking about you.
Hi.
Over breakfast. Hi.
I'm looking forward to meeting you.
Yes, I can't wait to go swimming, and I heard that you're kind of a superhero.
What?
Yeah, I couldn't hold back.
I don't know. You know, I think, okay, so a friend of mine the other day was like, wow, you've got just amazing critical thinking skills. It's like your brain is just, I don't understand how you can, like, see things so clearly. And I was like, no, it's just, I listen to a lot of different people, so I just have more data in my head and more data to compare to each other, and then I can come up with my own conclusions, you know? So, but anyway, yeah, I speak my mind, I get a lot of pushback, but, you know, I need to be me until this life renews over, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying listening to you, yeah.
Well, I was going to say, you were telling me that you had some friends that are still. You want to talk a little bit about that, like about that's kind of starting to get what's going on.
Oh yeah, so I'm on a WhatsApp group with friends who are mostly in like Lesotho and South Africa, and originally people were sharing more information about how right Dr. Fauci is and about wear the mask and comply, but increasingly more people are sharing the truth, you know. And I just feel like the tide is beginning to turn, you know. And yeah, so that's good.
What
But,
kind of things do you say to them? Oh, she's still talking. Oh, I was going to ask, what kind of things do you discuss with them that you think is affecting them to open their mind? Is it everything, or is there some specific things?
It's like, well, on the Facebook group, I'm not that vocal. You know, I mean, for a while I was sharing a lot of stuff, and then I got kind of tired of it, and I gave up, and I got off for a while, and then I got on again, and I was like, oh, the conversation's kind of shifted, you know? Mm-hmm. But on Facebook, when I post, like when I first started posting a lot, it's right before the lockdown, I was like, look, guys, all of these things are going to happen. This lockdown is going to destroy lives. It's going to create more death than it, you know, it's going to create a lot of death. There's going to be all these, you know, consequences. And I got like a lot of really vicious, you know, blowback from people I didn't expect to have this hatred, you know. And then I was like, oh, so this is a Trump issue. I wasn't even really listening to Trump. I was just using my deductive reasoning skills, you know. But I've noticed like Facebook is just kind of dying, you know, because they were so, you know, heavy-handed with censorship. I think a lot of people are afraid to say what they believe on a public forum. But every now and again, I'd write a very long post. It would be kind of more philosophical and trying to dig to the core of what we're going through, and like who is doing this and why, and what it means to be human, and, you know, have responsibility for your own life, blah, 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 blah. And on those posts, I would get barely any comments, if any, but then I would get a lot of direct messages, right? Uh-huh. So, like, the more, and then I went the other day, I looked at my timeline, and Facebook had deleted those posts. But, you know, I have them in Word documents, so it's okay.
Wait, your personal posts? Just no memes or anything? Just what you wrote it? Just what you wrote it? What you wrote? What you wrote?
Yeah. Yeah, like my stuff coming from my heart. Like, you know, like my questioning thought series, and, you know, yeah, I couldn't find my post. So it was like last week, I went down my timeline. I'm like, where's that post? Where's that post? And I was like, okay, well, they're gone. It's cool. I got them still. But those posts, like Facebook has deleted. There's some posts that Facebook deleted immediately. And those are the posts that I've tended to get a lot of direct messages on, because people appreciate what I'm saying, but they're afraid to say it out in public. That makes any sense.
Yeah.
So people are censoring themselves. And I'm really sick of Facebook, but I still use it. It's a way, if I want to know how somebody is doing, I go and I look and I search their name and I see. And I think it's important to still get information out, you know, and not give in to the intimidation.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like I have a really, I was telling Virstyne, I've lived so many different lifestyles. Like, I was a Baha'i for 8 years. I was a vegan for 9 years. I was a lacto-ovo vegetarian for 4 years. I was in the Asara Society for 3 years. That's like Kemetic, Kemetic spirituality. I was a Buddhist for a while. I studied the Vedas and the Upanishads. I've done meditation. I did capoeira. Like, I've been all over the place, and especially when I was younger, traveled a lot in Africa and Western Europe and the United States and South America. And I have friends from all over the world, and I always have. And I just enjoy diving into other cultures because it's like you have an entirely different perspective on life. And that's just how, I don't know if it's nature or nurture. That's just how I am. And I'm very curious. So if the media says one thing, I'm like, oh, let me investigate, Like, I'm not content, if it's something that interests me, I'm not content to just go, oh, yeah, okay, and believe it. And what's really interesting, I think it was when I was a vegan, like late 80s, early 90s, when I began to be a vegan, I was reading articles about how they're saying, like, in the next 30 to 40 years, there's going to be a major health crisis in the United States because for decades, people have been eating denatured foods, and there are all these poisons in the food and the environment and the air and the water. And Americans are not getting enough nutrition, and there are all of these autoimmune diseases and chronic diseases, and it's going to be this major health, crisis, disaster. And I was thinking about that again, and I was like, oh, so, COVID-19 lockdowns is like, if you can imagine how the Twin Towers fell, it was like a controlled demolition. So COVID-19 lockdowns and mask wearing is basically, it's social engineering, and it's a controlled demolition of the world in order to build a new world. Yeah. They're trying their best to keep everybody afraid and distracted on one little thing over here, like how magicians do.
Yeah.
And they're doing a bunch of stuff over here. And then it's like most people are living in our limbic systems because the fear has, like, shut down kind of our neocortex. We're kind of like living in a reptilian state where it's, fight, flight.
Yeah.
Always thought about is survival.
Yeah.
And we're just like, just tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. And then other people are like, but this is going to wind up killing, suicides are going to go up, and domestic violence is going to go up, and crime is going to go up, and a hungry man is an angry man. And, all of these people are not going to get the medical attention they need, cancer patients, and you can't reason with these people because they're just operating in the most primitive parts of their brain. It's like trying to reason with
a 5-year-old kid,
trying to reason with a monkey. Yeah. Really, like a monkey. It's like you can teach a monkey to do certain things, but you can't really hold an intellectual conversation with a monkey. No. A monkey lives in the here and now. And it's like this thing that they've done is so brilliant. It's diabolical. It's the most evil thing.
Diabolically brilliant.
Yeah. Calculated. And there's been a 40-year manipulation already going on. And the deeper I go down the rabbit hole, the more connections I see. I look at the Cuomo brothers. Little did I know anything about their father. Their father's a gangster. Their father was a gangster in New York.
What?
Who possibly had involvement with JFK's assassination. I don't trust Mario Cuomo further than I can throw him. I don't trust his children further than I can throw him. I'm sorry.
He acts just like a stereotypical gangster, though, doesn't
Their
he?
father was a mafia head.
Listen to him.
Their father was a mafia assassin.
With a big cigar. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I interrupted you.
No, but wow, I'm not surprised.
I didn't know that.
I'm not surprised. It's like these people have no morals, like they're not human, and they want to force us to be just like them. They're the most miserable, self-centered, narcissistic, nasty little animals, and they're just trying to force everybody to be like them, you know? And I was telling Virstyne the other day that it took me 3 days to watch a 4-part interview with this woman named Annika Lucas. She's Belgian, and between 6 and 11 years old, she was a child sex slave to the elite of Europe and North America. So this baroness or countess or something, quote unquote, took her under her wing and got her involved in all of this stuff. And her mother had been messed up by sexual abuse as a child during World War II, and her mother was kind of out of it, and that's probably why she was targeted. But, like, I could never understand why these people do these things to children. I just couldn't, you know what I mean? It was like my brain couldn't compute. But it took me 3 days to watch these videos because I had to keep stopping because it's like my nervous system couldn't even absorb this information.
I know.
But she explains it really well. Like, they're psychopathic, and they do this thing to children to make them just like them and to offload their guilt off the kids. And I don't know, it just, you know, blew my mind. And, but what she said, what really got me was, you cannot fight them by becoming them. Like, if you confront evil, if you try to fight the evil, then it's like that spirit jumps into you and you become the very thing you hate, you know?
Like the blob.
And so it's like, I don't know. I highly recommend watching her and listening to her because she, like, explains it really, really well. And she's like, yeah, these people who run the world, they, you know, they would pass her around and she serviced these guys, and she says that they're politicians, they're lawyers, of course they're the elite who were born into it and they do it to their own children, the aristocrats, and social engineers as well. She said that these guys, they take their jobs very seriously and they figure out how to move populations, how to, you know, create these mass migrations and catastrophes, and how to use media and manipulation for us to literally just self-destruct, you know? Wow.
Yeah, there's have you ever listened to the Kathy O'Brien interview? Not her interview. It's more of like a lecture because she's speaking. I'll have to send that to you too. It seems like it's kind of along the same lines of Annika Lucas, but I'm gonna listen to the Annika Lucas later on, either tonight or in a day or so.
If I've seen that or not.
But the Kathy O'Brien.
Okay.
Annika Lucas.
Annika Lucas.
Yeah, she sent it to me. I'll put it up later. But listen. Let me try and take some more calls. I'll see you.
Yeah.
We'll meet in a couple hours.
See you later.
All right.
Can't wait to meet you.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Bye bye.
All right. See you later.
Bye bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. 481. 512 481-7464. You guys should also be preparing for a food shortage. Yeah, I know, Sarah Marie. I'm actually starting to grow stuff on my balcony. I have some food stocked away. I also have a microgreens little garden. Hello, who is this? Who's speaking?
Oh, hello?
Hey, what's going on? Who are you?
How you doing?
Who are you?
I'm Jason from New York.
Jason. Have you come before? Have I?
Yeah, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I just want to know about this, because I've been watching a lot of stuff on Facebook about they're censoring, they're arresting a pregnant woman in Australia because she posted something on Facebook about protesting and everything. It's like they're doing police state in other countries, like in Australia and Canada too. They're doing that, and then and the UK also, because there was this man in the UK who was sitting in the train, and then the police told him that he had to wear a mask, and then the guy who was sitting in the train said he didn't want to, so the police grabbed him, and then the guy fought back and everything. I saw that, and I think that was in London that happened.
Yeah, I just pulled it up because I was reading the chat when Anonge and Ginny were talking, and I remember my friend sent me it was a New York Post article that she sent me. It says, maybe I can pull it up real fast, about the pregnant mom arrested for Facebook post planning.
I heard that.
Lockdown protests. It sounds like a tongue twister.
Facebook
post. Let me see.
Also,
Go.
Like another thing, not only the liberals are full of shit, conservatives, they're full of shit too. Remember that. Remember with the Candace Owens?
We're starting to see
they
that.
still praising her today.
Yeah.
With that, even though she's a doctor, but they ignored that shit too. So conservatives are just as full of shit as the liberals. So the only difference is liberals have power, not the conservatives.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think that who is this? Okay. I think that yeah, it's human nature, right? So people are going to kind of gravitate to their team, so to speak.
Right.
And a lot of people aren't still going to be discernful. Was that the right word? Discerning with their trying to do two things, protest. With who they support, just because they feel safe on the team. So for some people, it's not even, they don't really even comb through their own values, but no matter what political side of the spectrum they're on. But, it's all about, just being on a team. So.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. Let me see.
Is he still there?
Hello, are you there? You see that one? Do you see it? I found the article.
Is he still there?
No. Okay, I don't think. Let me.
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
I don't know how the system works, but I called in and I wasn't sure what was going to happen.
Oh, I guess it answered, and the other person got.
That was the other call.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I guess. Okay. Well, hey, what's your name? I guess the other call.
Hey guys, I have the infamous name Karen. In my chat is Lady Karis. But anyway, I connected with one of you. I think it's Red Pill Rage on Twitter yesterday, talking about the numerology of this year, and if it's okay with you guys, because I'm not, Christian anymore, and I don't want to offend anybody, but I do think it's really important to warn everybody about the numerology of this year.
What is your interpretation of it? I don't know a lot about that stuff, but I find it interesting. So, what do you think?
So, well, just for a little backstory, the founding fathers were all numerologists. They made America a 5-life path nation to ensure that we would stay free. Mm-hmm. Secondly, JFK was a numerologist, and he got assassinated because he was using numerology to fix the Federal Reserve. And then this whole year is 22 universal year, which is why there's so much violence. English is coded like Hebrew, and every letter has a number assigned to it. Violence started with the 22nd letter for a reason. George Washington was a numerologist, and everyone knows him as one of the first presidents. Prince debunked him being the first. But anyway, so he used numerology. He made his army generals made sure that they were all born on the 22nd because they can be incredibly violent and cruel, and you want that for a military, right? Well, this whole year, on January 1st, I made a video called Happy New Year mini vlog or something like that, and I was warning everyone that as soon as January 1st hit, we were going to be in a year of law and order, and that you need to be really careful because either cops are going to be on a power trip, or if you break any laws, you're more likely to get caught. And so many people are getting arrested all over the world, and I wanted to make this point when the last caller was talking about the pregnant woman in Australia. I don't agree with all these. I mean, I come from a law enforcement military family, but I don't agree with everything that they do. So I just wanted to say that you have to be on your P's and Q's this year until January 1st, 2021, when it's a universal 5-year and we have our freedom again. But 22 is opposite of our 5-life path nation. Those energies don't coincide because 5 loves to do whatever it wants and 22 is like no nonsense. And it, like I said, it can be incredibly cruel. So today is an 11 day. It's also a 7 day. Today is a great day for learning, for spiritual things, but not a great day to get on an airplane because 11s can cause technical difficulties, whether it's happening to your phone, your laptop, your internet, or the worst place it can happen is on an airplane. And then you don't want to work out too much if you're like a gym freak or whatever, because sevens are injury prone. So that's all I had to say. But if you have any questions, I could ramble on some more.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a card reader and a numerologist. Like, I'm into numerology myself, so I would love. I did get your message and I did see it. So thanks for hopping on, and I'll talk to you privately real soon. So thank you.
Okay. Bye, guys. Be safe.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks. All right. Cool. 512-481-7464. 512. Let me turn it down so many. 512-481-7464.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
All right. 512-481-7464. So I need to put it in the bin. Hey, Shirazad. Let me see. 512. Sure. 512-481. Hello? Hello?
Hi, this is Joey from Hawaii. How are you doing?
Joey Roca?
That's right.
Hey, boy, what's up? Or I should say, not boy, but guy. Hey, guy, what's up?
You call me boy. That makes me feel young. I appreciate that. First off, I just wanted to say 2 beautiful women preaching truth. I love it.
Thank you.
It's wonderful. And, one thing I wanted to address was the last caller was mentioning about the Australian woman making Facebook posts getting arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know 100%, but I've done a lot of research on that, and I believe that's fake news. I hear a lot of truthers promoting that as something that's real, and a lot of truthers like to jump the gun on things. But I think that's actually fake news. I haven't been able to confirm that at all. And there's a lot of fake news on the internet. So just be careful. I think it's actually a scare tactic that it's kind of preventing people from wanting to promote truth.
Oh,
In reality, I talk everything from the Holocaust to you name it, and I've never seen one actual real case of somebody getting arrested for making a Facebook post. So just be careful of following that kind of stuff.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I didn't really verify it either, but I know it was sent the post. I heard, but that you're right. They could be just making that up so people won't post stuff. It's just that's another way to psychologically scare people. I mean, that's not going to stop me, but because I know
It'll stop some people. Yeah.
It'll stop some people. Yeah. You know, especially people that are kind of like on the fence that are just waking up. And I think if you're on the end where you know that you know the time is now pretty much, or we're fucked, then you're not, that's not going to stop you. But
yeah, I mean, we got to do is do our best. Like I said, every time I call into your show, what we got to do is somehow, in our own way, in our own style, emulate what you are doing and what your sister's doing too. Find our own way to have a platform to promote truth, because we got to wake up as many people as possible. This is a numbers game. It's totally a numbers game. Whoever has the majority of people on the side of whatever they feel the truth is, that's what side's going to win.
Yeah.
And it looks like everyone's waking up. I hope it's fast enough. It looks like everyone's waking up to the evil that's going on out there. Your last caller also said something about both sides are full of it, the Republicans and the Democrats. Yeah, human nature, like you said, everyone is going to be a little bit biased towards their side. But let's get this straight. The Democratic side is disgusting. They support abortion. They support everything that's evil. They support it. They support the trans agenda. They support the Black Lives Matter movement, everything. The Republican people that I know, the conservative people I know, yeah, there's problems with them too. But I'll take that side over the Democratic, liberal, leftist side any day of the week.
Yeah.
Any day of the week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's night and day. It's night and day. And I really think that you should eventually, I know you used to teach school, or maybe do you still teach school?
Me?
Yeah.
No, not anymore, but I used to teach school.
I think that you should honestly, I think you should get into politics. You're so
No.
visible and beautiful.
No.
And
No.
I really think you should. I'm just planting that seed for you. I really
No,
think you
no,
should,
never.
because never say that. Like,
I'm an artist. I'm an artist. That's all I want to have much. I feel like I can have more effect through art. I have a plan though. I have a plan. You'll see.
Yeah, and she's doing education in a new form, which you may or may not know about. I'll let her explain that. But yeah, she's still doing education. She's just doing it in a different way.
Yeah, politics is too corrupt and the system is too flawed. And I've never had an interest in it. I only really started talking about politics because I saw what was happening to this country. And I saw just me living in Austin, how scary it was for me to just be out and wear certain paraphernalia or like even talk to certain people about opinions. Like it, like, you know, people are losing their jobs over not being able or having a different opinion, you know, considered or as opposed to the left, right? If you're somebody that's not a leftist or you don't have leftist ideas, or if you question it, or you know, people will destroy your life. So I feel like, you know, I kind of had to. My channel has always been about truth seeking, and I talked about a lot of the stuff that Q people are talking about before Q.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before Q was in, before all of it was popular. That's what I really talked about. But yeah, I mean, people say that to me a lot, and I appreciate the thought, but I'm not interested in politics, so at all. But
Two things I want to mention real quick that to me is pretty interesting. One, there's this show called Modern Day Debate. I'm not sure if anybody's heard about it, but it's fairly popular, and it's where they get people to debate in a debate forum against things like abortion or is evolution real or the Black Lives Matters movement and stuff like that. Well, anyways, on a show that's coming up, there's a very educated black man who's going to be debating against the Black Lives Matters movement. That's his position, right? A black man. And then against him is a white liberal leftist conservative Democrat that's going to be trying to teach the educated black man that no, you're being oppressed, systemic racism is real, and the Black Lives Matters movement is an important issue. What a weird oxymoron. You know what I mean? Why is it that the majority of black people in America are trying to say the truth, which is the Black Lives Matters movement is a terrorist organization, and then you have all these. I mean, it's black people too, but it's a lot of white people that are trying to promote that no, the Black Lives Matters movement is necessary. I mean, is that evidence enough that it's being hijacked, that it's being piggybacked for a different agenda than what it's supposed to be for?
Yeah, you're right. But people aren't making those distinctions, but you're right. Because they're driven by their emotions, right? They're not like, you know, more so when they show these guys getting shot by the cops, it's like a snuff film that they're showing us over and over again, you know?
It's weird, yeah.
And it's like they're like, oh, you know, snuff film, you know, oh, this like, and then it triggers any other PTSD that anybody else has had and hasn't dealt with, and then they're basically a mind control zombie, and they'll go out and they'll burn shit, and they'll beat up white people, and they'll join with white people that don't have their best interest in mind just because they're scared and they've been suckered into it. So I mean, I didn't really even comment on the last riots because I'm just like, I don't even know what to say anymore. It's just like, you know, it's the same formula. It's like, oh, okay, you know, somebody's going to die, quote unquote, get killed on camera. And then they're going to, you know, rerun the tape over and over again. People are going to get mad. Then people are going to go out and protest. And the protesters are going to turn to rioters. And then, you know, Dom Lim is going to cry. And then, you know what I mean? And then, like, all the, you know what I mean? It's just the same script. I'm so bored. It's just like watching the same movie rewritten, you know, over and over again. This is the same script, you know?
Amen. And then I wanted to bring up something else too. This is kind of controversial, but your show is the best show to bring it up on. I'm not 100% on this, but I'm going to bring it up because I believe it to be true. Kamala Harris is coming out as the VP for Joe Biden. And she's coming out basically as a black president, right? Because she's half black. Her dad is black from Jamaica, right?
Yeah.
Well, I believe that that's 100% wrong. And here's my just basic bullet points for that. First of all, when she was nominated as the first Indian American.
Yeah, you're right. She used to market herself. I'm from the Bay. She used to market herself as Indian. Yeah. And her sister
so
is
not
like,
only that, but also. You notice whenever they mention that she's black, they don't mention that she's black. They say her father's Jamaican roots. Well, what I did is I did a little research on her father, and I found the most recent video of her dad actually speaking. It's about a 12-minute video of him speaking in Jamaica about some of the rules and regulations there. Now, when you watch his video, he doesn't have black features. That doesn't mean he's not black. He does not have black features at all. He has Indian features. But the bullet point, the main bullet point is this. Listen to him talk, and I love Indians, but they do have an accent. Okay, they do have an accent. He talked with an Indian accent big time. So how come all of a sudden now she's half black? You know what I mean? That's so weird. Well, it's because they're trying to They're trying to bait the Black Lives Matters movement. They're trying to bait the black vote. It's so sad. It's so sickening that the Democrats are such liars.
So you saying that
You know,
think
and
she's just full on Indian and both of her parents are Indian and that she's trying to pass for black?
100% Indian.
I'm
Her
gonna
dad,
agree with it. I'm gonna agree with you. Hold on, I'm gonna agree with you because if you look at Kamala's sister, I mean, look, I mean, I don't listen. I'm racially ambiguous. She is as well. You know, I don't like when people make assumptions about what my nationality is, and I don't try to make assumptions about other people's. But I've worked at enough tech companies in San Francisco to know a Punjabi or a Pakistani when I see one. By the way, my cousin is Pakistani. Her sister is full-blooded Indian, and if she and her sister have the same parents, I guarantee you Kamala is full-blooded Punjabi.
Yeah, she is. And you know what? Her dad, the only code to him being black is that he was born and raised in Jamaica. Now, I'm not doubting that. That's probably true, but maybe it's not true. But it's probably true. But here's the thing. You can be any ethnicity born in any country, and it doesn't make you a certain ethnicity.
True.
Listen to his most recent interview. I'm going to do a horrible job at an Indian accent. And
Can you put it in the comments, please? I would like to see it. Just put the link.
Yeah.
Or you can email. Could you email me too? Because it'd be easier to find that way.
Yeah, I would like. I'm sure other people would like to see it as well.
So if you can put it in the comments and email me, just so we have a better track of it. It's info@truthortalk.com.
Okay. All right. And I'll put it in the comment section as well. And just real quickly, I'll do a horrible Indian accent. I love Indian people, but, you know, Mexican people have accents, Chinese people have accents, et cetera, right? Australian people have accents. But when you hear him talking, you can hear his Indian accent. It's ridiculous. And look at his features. He doesn't have black features. He has Indian from India features. And I love Indian people. I love black people, white people. It doesn't matter who, but they're lying. And that's the question. Why do they continue to lie? You know,
why can't they say that she's Indian? Why can't
but everybody in San Francisco already knows that. I don't know why people aren't like I knew that.
Right? Well, I'm glad it's not controversial on your show. Some people, well, I think it's only controversial to people who are leftist liberals that you know they want to get offended. How dare you? How dare like come on? Like we can talk about anything. You know, it's just an opinion. It's just a debate. And the fact is, I'm almost 100% sure that her dad and her mom are both Indian, from Indian descent. And her dad, he was raised probably in Jamaica, but that doesn't make him black. You know, and they never claim. Here's the thing: they never claim that her dad's black. They say is Jamaican roots. You notice how they're clever with their wordsmithing?
Yeah, there are a lot of Indians. There are a lot of Indians in Jamaica.
Yeah. There's a lot of, you know, Indians in America, Indians from India are of the two most wealthiest people in America. The Indians and Indians from India and Asians.
Yeah.
They're the wealthiest, you know, in the world, and they're very conservative, basically, worldwide, and they have a lot of family values. Great people, but so it's not a knock whatsoever on Indian people. It's just saying that why is she lying?
Yeah,
you know?
why is she marketing herself as one thing? Yeah.
Yeah, so no, I see what you're saying. Why is she marketing herself as one thing, and when she's another thing? Why can't she be proud of her Indian roots? But obviously,
I don't think it wouldn't get the black vote if she expressed her Indian roots. You know what I mean? It just wouldn't get the black vote. Yeah. And she had to milk that whole segregation thing when she was a little girl in Berkeley, which I don't even believe. You know, I really don't even believe anything she said.
No, nothing.
But, you know, I don't know. I guess people just like the way her hair bounces or something. I don't get it. I think there were so many other options, better options for Joe Biden on the ticket. But we know what's going to happen. Honestly, she's the perfect Democratic whore. She's the perfect Democratic whore. We know she's a freak because I used to bang a guy who worked for the waste management department in San Francisco, and he's got old school stories about her and Willie Brown together and all the shit that happened in Willie Brown's office. So, I mean, this has been going on for 2 decades with this bitch. But she's the perfect puppet. She is ambitious. She is hungry.
She has no heart.
She has no heart. She has no soul.
Screw anybody over.
She will fuck over anyone to get what she wants, to get that clout. She's a clout chaser. She's power hungry.
Power pimp.
There are so many people in San Francisco that fucking hate her, and I just don't know why they're not speaking out against her. Everybody hates her in San Francisco. You know, I don't get it.
I don't get it either. But here's my guess: the ends justify the means. Willing to back anybody to get rid of the conservatives, who they consider to be they consider the conservatives to be the evil people, the people that have family values, the people that accept gay people. They're not unaccepting of gay people, but the LGBT community. What they want to do is they want to make to where they try to play this victim mentality. That's what this whole liberal leftist thing is about. It's like playing everybody as a victim so they can be aggressive and yell and scream, burn, loot, and murder. Mm-hmm. You know, it's insane. I've never seen in my life where the perpetrator is actually the victim.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is America.
Yeah. Hey, Joey, let me take this other call, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling. I'll be back. Thank you. All right, bye. Hello, are you still there?
I'm here.
Oh, who is this? Is this a new person?
Well, no, nobody actually answered the phone. I just dialed in. That's all.
Oh no, this is
This is a new person.
The new guy. Yeah, what's your name? What's your name?
John.
Hey, what's up?
So I was actually in Denver. I live in Texas. Y'all are in Austin right now.
Yeah.
A bunch of my family are like, you know, I've got cousins that live in Fredericksburg, Texas, pretty close to Austin.
Peach time.
And they won't wear masks.
Yeah.
they won't wear masks, you know. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna try. I go into a convenience store in Benbrook today without a mask, and the guy just flips out on me and says, you know, I was going to buy some beer, you know, and he grabs that out of my hand and basically kicks me out of the store. I'm just like, golly, what the hell's wrong with people?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The Kens and Karens have arrived.
To sell to anybody for any reason, like, you know. So I just went, you know, a mile down the road and got the beer. I was just like, you know, it's just crazy. Anyways.
Well, you know,
I wonder. Say, what's up, girls?
Hi. Who's your governor?
What?
Who's your governor? You're in Colorado, right?
No.
He's in Texas.
Oh, I thought you said you were in Denver. I missed something.
No, Texas. No.
Okay.
Texas.
So you know what I do is I take the governor's orders around with me, and usually I'm just like, I have a medical condition, and it's right there on the orders. And technically, the orders even say that if you are able to socially distance, that you don't have to wear a mask. So if you're in a huge place where you can stand at least 6 feet away from people when you're moving around, you don't have to social distance. And another thing, I need to look into this in the next day or so, but my friend was telling me, you know, he's in Texas too. He was saying that the what do you call it? The law, the orders, it's not a law, but the orders have an expiration date.
It's not a law, yeah, right.
Yeah, it's not a law, but the orders have an expiration date, and he thinks that date's been up, technically, legally.
Well, and the funny thing is that he wasn't wearing his mask right, which probably ticked him off when I told him, well, you're not even wearing yours right because it's not covering your nose. He goes, well, I'm trying to talk to you. I'm like, well, anyway, just crazy.
6 feet,
crazy.
bitch.
Like, you know,
Yeah. I'm going to need you to social distance. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Then he grabbed the beer out of my hand, you know, touching my hand. Like, it doesn't make any sense at all, you know?
So it's like, does he believe it? Were there other people in the store?
Yeah, there was a couple of people, but they were wearing masks, just like staring at me. Like, I just felt like,
oh, you're so selfish. We're not wearing
so
masks.
nuts.
Oh, you're so
like,
selfish.
this is so nuts.
I look at those people and I'm like,
and
how?
The other thing was on the front door. It said, "Please wear a mask." It didn't say "No mask, no service" or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, please wear a mask. You're asking me to wear a mask. You're not telling me I have to.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is, I don't get it, but anyway, I'm about done with the whole mask thing.
Oh, do you know other people that are too? Are you like the only person? Like, how is your family taking it? Other than the ones you were just telling me, are there some people in the family that are like?
Well, no, I have one cousin that lives in Fredericksburg that made a Zorro mask or a Lone Ranger mask.
Yeah.
And so he would just wear that in stores and say, "Well, what does Zorro wear? A mask? Yeah, well, I'm wearing a mask."
You know what? Let's try that. Let's try it. That will be so much fun. Let's do it.
Just wearing, I think I met him for a fishing trip, and he got out of his truck with a Zorro mask, and I'm like, "What the hell?" He goes, "This is my mask. And I wasn't sure if you want to go fishing with me without a mask on." So, anyway,
That's funny.
y'all have a good day in
All right.
Austin.
Thank you, John. I'll see you later. Thanks
All
for
right,
calling.
we'll talk to y'all later.
Okay,
All right,
bye-bye.
bye.
512-481-7464. You want to take like 2 more?
Okay.
Hey, what's going on? Who is this speaking?
Hey, this is Shannon.
Hey.
No, so don't remember me.
You're kind of
Every other
in
word.
and out.
Every other word, yeah.
Are you on speaker?
No.
Shannon?
We can't hear
Call back,
you.
Shannon.
We can't. We don't know. We lost you.
Call back, Shannon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait, hold on. 512-481-7464. 512-481-7464. Oh, come on. Hello. Is it Shannon?
Hey, can you hear me now?
I
Hi,
can
Shannon.
Yay, it's better. Mm-hmm.
Hey, so I don't have but a minute, but I want to say, hey, you guys are great, and sorry, I had been talking to Red Pill a couple of months ago. I don't know if you remember me, but I just wanted to say, as far as I'm in Texas, I'm in Houston, and I can't believe how the state has folded here.
Yeah, it's shocking. Texas, right?
I'm over Texas. I came here like after doing Chad Prather's show. I was so freaking pumped to come to Texas. I was like, I'm in Marca. This is gonna be great. There are gonna be people around us. We're gonna get lots of support. We're gonna have a great time. You know, I didn't know you guys had gone so soft. And to be honest with you, I mean, I've been talking a lot of shit about Texas on Twitter, and I was hoping, the Texans would unfollow me, but apparently they feel the same way.
Yeah, I don't know if Abbott is compromised.
Completely.
I don't know if that mother effer can walk or what they have on him, but he is compromised as hell.
Right? I think so, because
Yeah.
it seemed like he was going to be cool at first, right? Like Abbott was going to be cool, and then all of a sudden he just switched.
Yeah, somebody showed up with a dossier, I trust.
Dude, like a picture of him eating a baby or something.
I mean, he's right. Yeah. And so, it makes me sad. It's obviously a classic subversion, enemy within type of situation, I think. It's no coincidence that the Bushes control Texas, and it's gone this way. Whatever you think about politics, I'm beyond left-right paradigm, but I think it's just sad that Texas, I guess unless you go into the way hinterlands, but there are no jobs there. So
what would you be able to do?
Yeah, people into the cities, and it worries me with everything that's coming down the pike, and I do not think 2021 is going to be better. I do find numerology fascinating, but according to what's going to happen with the West Great Reset, and I don't know if people are reading this and watching this, it's just right out there in their faces. It's frightening what they have planned. So,
But are you just going to sit back and let it happen? I mean, because I hear people say that, it's scared. I mean, I hear people say that too. They're like, oh, it's scary what they have planned. Well, yeah, they have a lot of shit planned, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen,
You want to know what
that's true. That's true.
You know what I mean? So, I mean,
it doesn't mean it's going to happen, but, being aware of the plan. So many people I know that should be aware, they just have their heads buried in the sand, and they don't want to even think about a possibility of what their plan is, right? It doesn't mean it can't be counter subverted, right? But you have to be aware of it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, and so many people are not, and they actually, I find, get angry when you like just tell them the basic stuff, not even going into, 5G or any of that stuff, just the basic. Like, go look it up. It's right there in your
Like
face.
food shortages,
They're telling you
like
what they have planned.
Yeah, it's for, I'm
And
go on.
go.
Oh,
No, you go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, when you show them stuff like, farmers are being told to dump their milk or slaughter their livestock, and just like, okay, well, how do you believe that this is still about a virus? Like, don't you see that there's something sinister going on? Like, there's change shortages and stuff like that. So, I mean, I know what they have planned. I know, like, I try and be aware too. I also just try not to, I don't know, thinking of solutions. I know,
Right.
because part of, we were talking about this morning, like, part of the plan is also to make you feel like you're hopeless. So this is why
and people shouldn't. They should feel empowered, but they should also one, turn off the government media complex.
I know.
People are just like glued to Fox or whatever. People that you would think would have a clue of what's happening. Just if you realize, that they're all saying the same thing, all the way down to the local news.
Do you have
this is.
Oh,
go ahead.
I wanted to say one more thing too. If you're stocking up on food, this is for everybody too. Maybe there's some way you can have extra food around. I mean, I know it sucks because a lot of those people that are very stubborn, they're not going to believe you until they're hit hard by it. And if you're in a position to have extra food for them, so just people don't come after you for your stock, you might have to do that too. And then they'll believe you.
Yeah, that's hugely important. And it's also, if you're any sort of spiritual, not even Christian or whatever, most people will come around when they feel the pain. Because that's what I find is people who still are kind of
comfortable.
I call them branch Covidians. Like they're still adhering to the church and COVID, and they don't want to hear anything else. And unfortunately, we do have a real flu season coming up. But however you feel about germ theory, is people do get sick in the winter. So
that theory behind that though is because they're detoxing a lot too. I mean. But you can, if you fortify your immune system, then you should be able to either fight it off.
Yeah, try telling like people that are still letting their kids do TikToks that they're like, what? Like, it does not compute.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, but if you know that stuff, a lot of people too, they're gonna get sick, and then they're gonna see that you're not getting sick, and they're just like, well, why is she not getting sick? I don't know.
You would think.
Or sometimes they might get mad at you. I'm sorry, go ahead. What?
It's the cognitive dissonance is heavy with these folks, but I guess my point is, if you can get out of a big city, I would. I know that you're in Austin. My son just moved back from Austin because he's like, it has gotten out of control, crazy.
It's zombies here. It's zombie land. Yeah, it's
and I think he lived by he lived off Burnett on the north side by the research center, and that wasn't
nice
even real.
It's not so.
Go ahead.
No, that's a nice area. Off of Burnett, by the domain over there, right?
Yes, that's exactly where he lived, and he said it was even getting just nuts, and so he came back to Houston and said it's not much of an improvement, but at least I noticed in Houston we haven't had the riots.
It seems like there are more patriots in Houston. I don't know. Would you say Dallas?
There's no patriots in Dallas.
Don't
apparently.
go to Dallas.
Apparently there's none, except,
like
those of us
city
Californians who flew in there to support, the movement.
Yeah.
And, a couple of church ladies and maybe 3 vets, and that's all who showed up.
Yeah.
Right. Dallas, it's a nicer city, and the city planning's nicer, but it will not be a good place. I mean, talk about a prototype for a smart city. That's going to be one of them.
Well, you know what? San Antonio is probably. I think there are more patriots in San Antonio too.
Oh, for sure. The more you get north and west of Austin, the main what do you call it, metro areas. That's where you get back into the real Texas, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the major metro areas have, even like Waco, has been taken over by, I don't know. You're right. It's people who left these states for jobs.
Yeah.
And they brought their ideology with them and just kind of basically kept quiet, with the exception of Austin, because because it's a college town. Until they had their opportunity to go, full, let's just say nutter. And they're the real conspiracy theorists. You know what I'm saying?
I know,
And
right?
that's what I tell people.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, So go on.
They think that, somehow Republicans or Donald Trump or whoever is out to get them personally, and it's like you are the conspiracy theorists. We're just telling you what you can go look up.
We're the
like
conspiracy
on the internet.
realists.
It's right there. It's facts. So that's the one thing. And so I'm at a loss. I definitely have hope. I just think people have to understand what they have planned, and everyone needs to have a plan themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
but it's frustrating because we're in a time crunch. We were like, okay, people are waking up, but it needs to happen faster. It needs to happen faster. We're like, come on.
We are in a time crunch.
Yeah.
And
we are.
Let me just say one thing, talking about this war. This is my prediction, and I feel like I can say it on the Truth or Talk channel. I mean, I'm going to say it on my own channel, but I'm glad I'm saying it on your channel.
Taking calls and stuff.
I think the Civil War is going to be very violent, but it's going to be very short. At a certain point, these idiots are going to understand that when the real patriots come out of their homes or off the farms, possibly, that it's not going to be a good day for them. They are physically outnumbered. They are outnumbered by weapons.
And they're not in good shape.
And they're not in good shape.
They don't have skills.
They don't really fight. These are mob fighters. These aren't real street thugs. I mean, some of them are thugs, but I'm just saying, like, the majority of the ones screaming the loudest are the ones who are the most afraid to swing.
They're the beta men and
the beta females. These are the ones that I look for in the protests. Are the beta females that keep screaming and putting their hands in men's faces, thinking they're not going to get punched the fuck out. Yeah. Okay, that's what I'm there for. Okay, I'm the bitch security. So so what?
These people, you can tell they have zero street smart, and so that's I think that will be the difference. Is people who are not only have a modicum of intelligence, but real street smarts, and that's the people that have become realized this is the stupid virus, so-called, is just a convenient mechanism for what I think is a color revolution happening, honestly. Yeah. So funded by,
he's going to run out of money at some point, though. He can't fund an entire war by himself. He's got to run out of money at some point.
Wait, who?
George Soros.
But it's not just him.
Well, no, but he's getting the globalist support and shit.
I know,
so,
that's
like,
the
he
problem.
probably won't run out of money.
I know, huh? I know.
It's not like his. I mean,
I know he'll run out of his own money, but he'll get plenty more.
Yeah.
On his
here's another
on
$1
his
trillion.
communist GoFundMe page.
Yeah. or they're trying to divert money from Black Lives Matter, or they'll just print money.
True. Yeah.
Like, so.
Right. But I also think, too, in terms of what you're saying about hope, it's totally true. It seems like every 150 years, everybody's talking about the apocalypse or whatever. But every 150 years, something really bad happens, like the Great Depression, which my grandmother lived through, and it was freaking horrible. But people lived, you know what I'm saying? Of course, people were more connected to the land and knew how to survive without being tethered to technology. Mm-hmm. So, but it happens. So that's one good thing. And I think another good thing that's happening is all the lies from the government and the churches are being exposed. Most
yeah.
churches are, and this has nothing to do with religion. This has
I know,
to
I
do
know.
with churches
It's
run
power.
by
It's
men,
power and
are being
money.
laid bare for their
Yeah.
hypocrisy.
Well, you know
And
what? You know
I think
what's-
that's a good thing.
No, you're right, and I want to jump in, but I had this caller a few weeks ago, and he was talking about how he was really upset with his pastor, and I was like, well, how would the other church members of the field, of the church feel? And he was like, yeah, they agree, but he goes, basically the pastor's salary is paid by, I guess, investors. I didn't even know how it worked. I thought the people gave donations to the church, and then the pastor took a cut out of that. But he was telling me that they usually have people that are investing in the churches or that have higher ups that actually, pay them a salary.
It's a business.
Yeah, basically,
Yeah,
it's a business. It's not.
business.
Yeah.
And it's tax free.
And it blew my mind. It blew
Can
my
I start
mind.
a church? Red Pill Church? Would you guys like that? Should I start a Red Pill Church?
Right? Tax free?
Tax free? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Let's do
it
it.
blew my mind. I had no idea. And then he was saying that, what was he saying? He was saying that, I think in the Mormon religion, that the pastor has to have a regular job just so if I'm like an architect, but I wanted to also preach on the side, that's how they usually do it, because they're fully aware of how churches can become corrupt because of outside influences. So you basically preach on your own time and have your own job. And I was like, that's brilliant. That's how it should be. I mean, then we won't have all these mega churches.
You could look at this as like the great, in a spiritual sense, aside from everything else happening, the Great Awakening that happened in the late 18th century, where the same thing was happening, right? Where not religion, but the churches were becoming corrupt, and the people had to take back what the real meaning and real fellowship, right? So I think there's some definitely positive things that are happening here that people should focus on, but people shouldn't focus on the virus or necessarily, but what the global agenda is, and just not enough people are tied into that, and that's why you see these contrived riots happening, and it's very strategic. None of it is organic or grassroots, and so. But, people I know in Houston are just like, whatever, let me keep taking pictures of my food. And,
right. Oh, no. Have you seen Plandemic? Have you seen Plandemic? Indoctrination?
Yes, I have.
I'm just wondering how much that's going to take off, too, because they're translating it into, 7 languages, I think. So I think a lot of especially worldwide, my big thing is a lot of the miscommunication, why not a lot of people are on the same page, is because of the language barrier, because most of the people on the earth don't speak English as their first language, but most of the information, especially on the internet, is in English. And if we can get this information to people of other languages, then I think it will actually help faster. Because even when I was an English teacher, I started to figure out how one of the ways that they brainwash the world is through English, because the news reporters don't do any of their own investigative research. They basically just translate everything that CNN and BBC says. So what does that tell you? Into their own news.
Right, exactly. Right? And of course the BBC, Guardian, all of the major outlets that are all basically owned by this, same, and controlled by the same conglomeration, they purposely use confusing speech. Orwell wrote a whole book about this doublespeak to confuse people, and so it would be good if they translated Plandemic into other languages. Although I think other countries are more awake than we are. Look at Germany.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, because I feel like America, and you know what, Shannon, I really think it's because the virus has been politicized. Because I do see people that are more patriotic. I mean, they fall for it too, but I do see people that are more patriots, that are open to the fact that this is a hoax, than I do people on the left side. And they don't, they are very close-minded, and they don't want to even consider the possibility because they've been brainwashed to believe if you question that, then you're a Trump supporter. And I even have friends that aren't even Trump supporters, but they have criticized like some of the, the faulty testing or the statistics, and people have still attacked them for being Trump supporters. Now they're Trump supporters.
Yeah, it has nothing
You know
to
what I
do
mean?
with
Like,
either. It's just
yeah.
like a straw man argument. Trump, and the conservatives have nothing to do with each other. You know what I'm saying? It's a straw man argument, and that's another thing. And I actually don't even talk to that many. I just don't live in a leftist area. Houston is basically what you would consider a conservative area, and it concerns me how many people that maybe not should be like taking to the streets or whatever, but should just have a level of awareness.
Yeah.
Do not, because they're living in their own little private Idahos still, and sadly, they are going to be the ones that have the most to lose in something like a Great Depression.
Yeah, I know.
Which I think is, you know what I'm saying? That it's like people, you have the most to lose. The people that are out on the streets acting like fools have nothing to lose.
Yeah,
So they're.
I mean, they will soon, I
so-
believe. They're gonna get what's coming to them, but it's like,
Yeah.
I'm putting up a little.
So I guess I'm just saying, anybody who's listening to this who has the same kind of dilemma that I do, it's like people that would normally just be tuned in and like, be aware. Try to, without sounding like nutterish, just kind of use common sense and go in at the highest level, because what I find too is if you go in deep with like germ theory and exosomes and 5G and all that they just blank out. They're like, I can't comprehend.
Yeah.
It's like trying to teach algebra to somebody who doesn't even understand numerals, much less arithmetic.
Totally, exactly.
Yeah, like teaching
Good
calculus. Yeah, to
They can't even count.
fifth grader.
You're like,
yeah.
Yeah. So just so I don't know. It's a strange time to be alive. But I also think that there's a reason that we are alive and in this at this time, like we're meant to be here. And so that's a good thing too.
Well,
So I just want y'all to be safe, and I appreciate everything y'all do. I watch all of your content. It's fantastic. I've told the guy, first of all, like Mark Devlin, I don't know if you watch his channel from England, but he said several times, where are all the men?
Yeah,
where are they?
I do.
Where are they?
I would like to reach out to Mark Devlin. I need to there are a few people I'm going to interview before that, but I actually would like to interview him because he does a lot of research on symbolism and stuff, right?
Yes, he does. He was like a DJ for like 30 years, and then he realized how much symbology was being used by as the music corporation or music industry became more corporate, right? And consolidated. How much symbology is used to program, right?
Yeah.
Everything we're just straight up programs. So so he switched his focus from being in the music industry and a DJ and writing books on that to, when this crisis happened, that's his focus. But what I'm saying is like, it seems like women to be as much on the forefront of fighting this than men. And I don't know if because they're so demoralized,
I think, I read this
more
article the other day, or my friend sent me this snippet, not an article, but it was like a commentary. They were talking about, and this might sound weird, but like porn, and how men are addicted to porn, and how that like they believe that it steals their energy. And you're talking about the whole demoralization and stuff, so that could be a part of it.
That's a huge part of it. And when I make my official...
and why do you think it's being pushed? Why do you think it's free? Why do you think it's so easy to access?
Free?
Why do you think during this whole, if you thought this epidemic or pandemic was real, they'd still be selling liquor and cigarettes and, abortions on demand, however you feel about abortions, but that's kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
You would think that they would, lock that down because it's or reduce it because it's a health concern. But So that just shows you right there how fake everything is.
I know, right? McDonald's is
but
open,
what
but health food stores are closed, right?
Mhm.
Raw milk, you can't sell raw milk,
Yeah.
but you can sell fucking opiates.
Mhm.
Right. And, I've been reading, talking to people like, however you feel about marijuana or whatever. I'm a libertarian, frankly. I mean, not big L like in the party, but like
Yeah.
a classical liberal is what I would call myself. Do whatever you want, man. But I've noticed that people are smoking a lot more weed to cope with the anxiety, right?
Mhm.
And so, I think the science is out on what that does to your lungs. I think smoking anything, obviously,
Yeah.
whether it's cigarettes or whatever, and inhaling it into your lungs, maybe not good. It could make you.
There's some
what I'm saying? I mean,
There's some
THC is
adjustments
good,
for that, but I hear you.
the
Yeah.
mode of, right? So
You can use a patch,
Yeah,
you
there's
can use
vapes.
vaporizers
Yeah.
and stuff.
Steam it.
Steam
Eat
it.
it.
yeah.
Eat it, yeah. But go on, yeah.
So
But go
anyway,
on.
there's just tons of topics, whatever. I mean, I could go on with you guys forever, but I'll DM you, Red Pill, and we'll talk again. And thank you so much for your channel, Truth or Talk. It's like the best.
Oh,
honestly.
you're welcome. Thank
like
you.
really good information.
Oh, I appreciate it.
And
Okay.
I share it with everybody.
Oh,
everybody, 'cause
well, I
it's
hope you
just
get
like
to
common
meet one
sense.
day. Thank you. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah. So y'all be safe. Be good. I assume you're in Austin, so put your simple hat on.
I know, right?
And
Oh, I
take
meant
care.
to turn this off. Trying to.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, last call. Hello. Oh no. Okay, call back. Whoever, call back. Open. Okay.
Open.
I think it works this time.
Hey, what's up? Hello, who is this?
Megan Law.
Megan?
Yeah.
Hey girl, what's up?
Comment area.
Huh?
So can we rage about anything?
Yeah, it's any talk day. It's not a solution show today. Maybe the end of the week. But yeah, whatever you want to talk about.
To get this out
Okay, go on,
without
girl.
without being a content creator like y'all, but I'm really sick of the censorship on Facebook and Twitter and all that. I mean, I've absolutely had it. I figured that they were censoring that free Kyle Rittenhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at the same time, they had hashtag kill Kyle Rittenhouse and kill white people, kill black people, kill all Americans, kill cops. I mean, all of that was fine by their standards, but he was too much of a dangerous person to be on there. So I started a revolution to, try and be done with this shit and get people on Safescape or Parler, any of them. Safescape would probably be the best because it's created by veterans and they're not about the money. But I'm just trying to get anybody and everybody to just do something because we all sit around bitching and complaining about it and don't do anything.
What's the other one? Facegate?
Never heard of that.
Safescape. It's really brand new. It's created by veterans.
VAC.
I just found it. I was
FAC. How do you spell?
Say and then Scape. SCAPE.
Oh, Sayscape.
Yeah, it's really new. I was advocating for Parler and Minds, and they found me on Twitter because I'm only on there for the digital revolution. I hate Twitter, but I got on there and they told me about it, and I was like, so I'm putting them to the forefront because they're not making money off selling our data. They're not treating us like a product. They're digital slaves, So I was like, hell yeah, they've actually talked to me on Twitter, whereas Parler and Minds, they can't reply to anybody. They're like everybody with the blue check marks. Too damn important. But yeah, so I mean, anyone that sees this, go on there and start spreading the memes. Do something about it. If all of us just quit bitching about it and do something about it. Quit feeding these beasts.
Yeah. Well, I would say the only big dilemma there is to the big social media platforms is that other people are still on there and we're still trying to reach those people.
And
so I kind of have one foot in and one foot out. Like I am on the other stuff, but I'm still pushing this one until I get kicked out. And I want to say what I think they're trying to do with all these other these platforms, they're trying to make it so you get mad and then you leave, and when the lawsuits come, you won't be able to be on it. So I'm just saying I'm gonna wait until they kick me off.
Well, yeah, I would be there as long as I can
You
get
know what I
new
mean?
Patriots out of the Matrix.
I know it's
'Cause I'm not
annoying.
worried
There's,
about the influencers, you know.
well, there's part of me that
I
wants
don't
to
care
leave.
about them. I'm normal people, you know.
Yeah. No, I'm saying there's part of me that I want to leave because I don't want to give them my business. If this is any other business where I get treated like shit, I wouldn't be spending my money there.
Patronizing, yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I
Right.
I know the game that they're trying to play too. So, but it's it's really hard.
That's a good idea.
I'm keeping track of all the platforms that are popping up. I'm not really active on Minds. I'm on Parler. I'm on Minds. I'm on Steemit, or where I should say we're on Steemit, Minds, Parler, Twitter, Gab. We're
Well,
not.
I'm Fayscape
Yeah.
and Parlor on JLaw 1986,
Says.
and then on Minds on the Phoenix _the Phoenix _86. And so yeah, I mean that's a great idea, but I mean I'll stick around for as long as they keep me. But I think once they figure out the event I made on Facebook, they're going to probably ban me. I'm trying to get it as big as Area 51. You know, get it on national news. You know, put some fire under their ass. Maybe if we get big enough, get some legislation to stop these these crooked bastards from censoring all of us. If you're based in America, there's no reason why you should take my constitutional rights away from me.
Well, I also kind of think that in order for us to really have our freedom, that stuff needs to be decentralized, that there needs to be a few other, it doesn't need to be a monopoly. Because, I mean, it's good in a sense that, most people are on Facebook, are on YouTube. In one sense, it's good because we can connect with everybody. But once you have people in power that start controlling what you say and what you do, this is the danger. Now everything is centralized, and now everybody is so dependent on these platforms that it's harder for us to get off. And now we're
I got
between
tons of memories on there, 10 years worth of stuff.
Start backing your stuff up. Start backing your
I
stuff up.
stopped using Facebook for social and started using it political because that's what they turned it into.
Yeah,
so.
no, totally. Well, I would suggest to get a external hard drive and start backing your stuff up, and just make sure you have copies of all your stuff because
that's what I'm telling everybody.
One day you're gonna
all your pictures, get them off now. Make the other sites so when they kick you off October 1st, you're good to go.
Oh, wait, they're gonna kick us off October 1st. Is that the date?
Well, their new policies is like what I've read. I have somebody that's following me that's going to be a lawyer, and he's like basically what it's saying is that if they don't agree with your stuff, they can just go off and delete your account. No more banning, no more censoring. Like they're just going to delete our asses.
So yeah, Can we please? And I'm sorry to speak to your audience in this tone. You will forgive me. I'm sure they will. But listen, Patriots, you need to start listening to what we're saying here. You need to start paying attention and getting on those blockchain platforms, getting on those backup channels that we are working so hard to try to provide for you. Do you think it's easy for me to have to tweet the same thing on 3 or 4 different platforms and then upload on this platform and upload on that platform? It's not easy. Okay? It's a lot of work for us. So Patriots,
I can tell you.
Patriots, please, we are begging you
join
to
the email
support
list
us.
and join the email list. That's what I want the most because it's like
that'd be more direct.
I mean, at least if we go down on one of those channels, then we can contact you through email. We can let you know where we are.
Right. Yeah. I
you
mean,
guys have BitChute?
Yes.
I'm on BitChute. I don't really like it though. I mean, again, and you guys have to understand, Patriots, this is a catch-22 for us as well. We can go to the blockchain platforms, but guess what? The technology is worse. The upload speed is worse.
You
have
to create your own thumbnails. Oh my god.
Yeah, you have to create your own thumbnails.
Horrible.
I mean, it's a pain in the. I like Library. That's one that I'm fairly active on. Is Library. I do like Library, but again, streaming quality is not great. Upload quality is not great. But we can't, it's a catch-22. We can't improve the quality of those platforms until our audiences stop being stubborn and follow us over. And please, I mean, how many more people do you have to lose? You've already lost Katie Hopkins and Gavin McInnes. And these big names, they have been begging you. They have been begging the Patriots to move to those other platforms. InfoWars has nobody on their Library platform. That is shocking to me. Whether you like InfoWars or not doesn't matter, okay? But for Alex Jones to be that big, for Owen Schroyer to be that big, and they don't have barely anyone on their Library, that's not a reflection of them. That's not a reflection of the platform. That's a reflection of you Patriots being stubborn and you don't understand how serious this is. You don't understand how many people like her and Ollie Matthews and these other people. I just started my YouTube page, so I don't care if I get kicked off. But she's put 11 years into hers. Ollie Matthews has put 8 years into his. Okay? Gavin McGinnis put a lot of time into his page too. These patriots are putting their lives on the line, and all we need for you guys to do is go to a blockchain platform and support us. That's all we need from you, and then we can solve all the problems for everybody.
If you don't want to leave your family and friends, even though obviously they don't care about you because they're not going to leave that platform to follow you, tell them, screw you. I'm going over here. I'll keep it up here, but I'm not going to be on it. You either follow me if you give a shit or kick rocks.
Well, I try to do that.
Stop bitching and complaining. Shut the fuck up and do it.
I try to do that with my channel, and every time I cuss out my listeners, I get more. So apparently they like it. Apparently they like
it. Push me to make a channel, I swear to God. But
thank you.
I don't want to have to. For Christ's sake.
All right. Well, I think.
But thanks, ladies, for talking to me and letting me rage. I'll let somebody else get on here and do the same.
I think we're
gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, last caller because you gotta go.
And that was a good one. Thank you. That was very encouraging.
Much. I appreciate
Thank you.
Very
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Keep doing what you're doing. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Hold on 1 second. All right, guys. All right. So you want to say anything in closing?
Other than thank you so much for your wonderful hospitality, and dreams do come true, ladies and gentlemen. I was kind of fangirling on Virstyne for, I think I've been with you almost 2 years, until we just started talking, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. So, dreams do come true, and let's continue to try to have hope for this country. Again, get on those blockchain platforms.
We got nowhere to go.
Where we
gonna go? Where we gonna go? We go to Mexico? No.
Nope. England? Nope. Germany? Nope. France?
Nope.
Canada? Fuck no.
No, yeah. Where are we gonna go?
We have nowhere to go. We all can't, I don't know, unless we go storm Epstein Island and take that shit over. Maybe we can live there, but other than that, we're putting our lives on the line. We are at risk of getting doxxed. We're at risk of getting attacked. I mean, these patriots are getting attacked, not just online, but as you know, in the streets. And so I encourage everyone to really start getting serious about your country, because the things that we say and the videos, that's not fake. That's not Photoshop. All of that's real. And it's scary. And it's scary for us. So thank you guys for anyone who came to my channel. Happy to introduce you to Virstyne of Truth or Talk. And thank you for the Truth or Talk listeners who came to my channel, 2 months ago when I first started?
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much. And all my socials and links are in my page.
All right, guys, that's it. I'm actually, as she's talking, I'm noticing the chat, they were preventing or thwarting messages from coming through. So I'm going through and just trying to make sure that everybody got their freedom of speech on.
Oh yeah, you gotta hit the individual.
Yeah, I do it individually. I was watching it for a while as it was coming in, but then, dang, dude. Even the ones I don't like, as long as it's not, threatening anybody. Some stuff I'm not agreeing with, but whatever. All right, y'all, I think that's it. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. We'll talk to you later. Peace and love, guys. Bye-bye. Mwah. Let me still streaming. In stream. Give me a minute. Guys, I want to end the stream.